All right, let's go ahead and get started. And then if people join, they join. Let's start on the back with the knees butterflied open and those feet bound. We'll place both palms on the belly, melt the shoulders down to the mat. And we'll take 5 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Last one with the mouth open, and then we'll take a few with the mouth closed. So biggest inhale you can, get nice and full. And exhale. Empty. We'll gently close the mouth. And exhale this time through the nose. Last one. And exhale. Squeeze the feet together. See if you can engage the feet so much you feel a slight engagement on the insides of your thigh. And you'll just slowly, as slow as you can, press your knees together. And we'll inhale, take the knees to the chest. Take a couple of Apanasanas, also known as vital air pose, where you inhale, press the knees away from you, and then exhale, get nice and empty and squeeze the knees into the chest. Inhale, press the knees away. Exhale, get nice and empty, knees squeeze in. We'll do that a few more times. If you're ready to take a few rocks side to side on the lumbar spine, you're more than welcome to do so, or take the knees in circles. And we'll take 3 more breaths, whatever variation you're rocking out. When you're ready, you'll send those legs straight up into the air. We'll start pointing through the toes, stretching the tops of the feet. And then exhale, kick through your heels, engaging the back of the legs as you flex the toes towards the face. We'll do that a few more times. Just back and forth, linking your breath and your movements. Maybe start to take those ankles into circles. And this is a really good one for helping to build that fascia or connective tissue in the ankles. Make sure you switch it up, rotating both directions, nice and slow. We're in no rush. Exhale, squeeze the knees into the chest. We'll inhale, extend the legs up, point through the toes. We'll ground through our shoulders and our tailbone as we engage the core and start to lower our legs about 6 inches from the mat. We'll be doing leg lifts here. So if you need support in your lumbar spine, you'll create a little downward facing triangle with your thumbs and your index finger and slide that triangle right underneath you to help support you. So we'll inhale, come about another 3 inches, and then exhale, take the legs low. Inhale, exhale. We'll keep moving with the breath. That's about 4. We'll do 10 more. Here's 10. $13, $14, and 15. We'll inhale, roll our knees back into our chest. Keep our right knee tucked in as we extend the left leg. We'll engage through the left leg, really kick through your left heel, toes are flexing towards your face. And you'll just guide that right leg about halfway over your body, so coming into like half of a supine twist, and we'll just engage our gaze over the right shoulder. Take 3 deep breaths here. Maybe find a bit of a rock if that feels better for the low back. Keeping our movements dynamic if that feels best. And circle our right knee open towards our right shoulder. Take 3 deep breaths here. Maybe check in with your left hip. If you feel like it's really coming off of the mat, take your left palm and just kind of guide it closer towards your mat if you can. We'll exhale, extend the right leg. Inhale, big breath to guide the left knee in towards the chest. Kick through your right heel. Engage through the left foot as you gently halfway cross the left leg over the right. Or maybe just find these little dynamic movements, almost coming into a full expression, but not quite. And we'll kind of circle the left knee open, rotating it towards the left shoulder. Check in with the right hip, right palm, right hip to guide the right side closer towards the mat. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here. We'll inhale, left knee to center, right knee is going to come in as well. We'll grab the backs of our knees, just rock and roll up and down the length of the spine a few times. Think about bringing energy from the crown of the head all the way down to the root of your spine. We'll land on our bottom in the center of our mat and start to do some more core work here. So we'll come to the forearms, fingertips are gonna face towards your hips, and we'll squeeze our shoulders together to support our back. Knees are gonna tuck into the chest to start. And it's almost like you're trying to roll an imaginary ball away from you. Your legs are gonna stay away from the mat. Think Pilates. So we'll inhale, extend our legs. Again, about 6 inches. If you need to go higher and that's a little bit more comfortable, you're more than welcome to do so. And then we'll exhale, roll our knees back in. Inhale, push your imaginary ball away from you. Hold. Then exhale, bring the knees back in. We'll do that 8 more times for a total of 10. Just keep it nice and slow. The slower you go, the more you're able to keep your integrity. We'll call that 4. Here's 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, squeeze the knees in. Last one, you're in for a surprise. Inhale, extension, we'll hold. The lower you go, the more that you're gonna feel that low core. We're just gonna open our legs and then flutter back and forth like scissors for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees in and we'll just come to a seat. We'll butterfly the knees open. If your hips feel pretty open at this point, you can slide the feet closer towards your groin. If not, you'll just slide the feet away from you. Keep your ankle wider so you can just kind of melt forward, and we'll be here for 4 breaths. Think about this being like a normal forward fold, so really paying attention to bringing life into your spine, kind of breathing into the back like you would, like you're filling up a balloon. Inhale, you'll slowly roll up. Exhale, shoulders are gonna come onto the back. We'll take our feet to the mat, knees stay hip distance, feet hip distance. We'll just do some outer hip opening, little switches with the legs. So we'll exhale, bring our knees all the way over to the left, and see if you can really drive your right knee closer towards the mat. Might not touch the first round through, that's okay. But you should feel a big stretch in your IT band, maybe a little part of your hamstring or the outside of your hip. Keep your feet engaged, so finding your yoga feet and really pressing through the balls of your feet. Inhale, you'll come to center. Exhale, knees float all the way over to the right. Really drive that left knee down towards the mat. And you'll be here, for 3 breaths. Inhale to center, left side one more time, nice and slow. Drive your knees towards the mat or the ground. Your torso can face your knees, or if you want a little bit of a twist and a challenge, you can try and square your shoulders and your torso towards the front of the mat. Inhale to center, exhale right side. Maybe you can get a little bit closer to the mat with your left knee. Inhale to center. We'll keep our knees bent. We'll just walk the legs together. Inhale, take the arms up nice and high. Engage with the fingertips, stretch way up out of your waist. And we'll exhale, just melt our belly to the thighs, supported forward fold for 4 breaths. Again, breathing life into the back of the body. Inhale, you'll slowly roll up. Exhale, shoulders are gonna come onto your back. We'll just swing our legs around and come to hands and knees. Roll through a few cat-cows. Engaging through all points of the palm, little inward rotation of those elbows, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We'll inhale, relax the belly, pull the chest through. And then exhale, press through the palms, press through the tops of the feet as you round out the spine and get nice and empty. Inhale like a wave, rolling through nice and smooth. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. We'll do that a few more times. Maybe close the eyes or create some different shapes on the hands and knees if that's what is calling you. We'll take 2 more rounds of breath. We'll inhale, come to a nice neutral table. Tuck your toes under. We're just gonna hover our knees a few inches off of the mat. So see if you can come to the very tips of your toes, hug your core in, and just breathe here for 3 rounds. So now that you feel a little bit of your balance, we're gonna shift our weight into the right palm, lift our right leg, just give ourselves a toe touch, left palm to right foot. Melt it down, left foot, right palm. That's 1. We'll do 4 more. So every time a palm touches a foot, you're just gonna exhale, exhale. Nice and slow, find your core. Gaze in between the palms to balance. 2 more. Drop your knees. We'll exhale, extend the right leg behind us. Engage through your shoulders, really press through the palms. We'll inhale, extend the left arm. Exhale, opposite knee to opposite elbow. Inhale, extension, expansion, stretching opposite directions, getting nice and long. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Last one. Limbs melt down. We'll bind the toes, bring the knees out, and just set our hips down to our heels as we extend the arms and drop the head for 4 breaths. Find your alignment, find your engagement. Shoulders stacking over wrists, hips stacking over knees. We'll tuck our toes under. Find that little hover in your knees. And we'll go for 5 more rounds. So, toes to fingertips. Staying low. Two more. Knees float down, left leg extends, right arm comes out. Find your core, make sure your hips are staying square to the mat. Exhale, opposite knee to opposite elbow. Inhale, big extension. Exhale. Inhale, extend. 3 more. Last one, inhale, exhale, limbs float down. We'll just walk our palms a few inches out from underneath our shoulders, tuck our toes under, inhale, hips come high for your first down dog. We'll pedal out those feet, really press into all points of the palm, like you're pressing the mat away from you, engaging those shoulders. When you're ready, you're going to take really small baby steps all the way to your hands. We'll inhale, lengthen halfway, shoulders away from the ears, toning that low belly as you extend through the crown of the head and the tailbone. You'll exhale, bend the knees, fold, belly to the thighs. Maybe walk the feet out nice and wide and take opposite elbows. We'll release opposite elbows, heads nice and relaxed all the way through. As you inhale, you'll roll up vertebra by vertebra, hanging loose like a rag doll. And then exhale, you'll roll the shoulders onto the back when you get to the very top of your mountain pose. We'll walk those feet together. Inhale, take your arms up. Trying to get into frame. We're going to take our left palm, reach for our right forearm. Stretch up out of the waist. Start to float your arm over to the left as you bring your hips to the right. So finding a half moon shape. We'll take 3 breaths here. Stay strong and grounded in your legs as you keep reaching over. It'll help you balance. From here, we're going to start to round the spine forward. Keep pulling your forearm. And you'll make a little semicircle as you roll all the way back up. And we'll switch our forearms. Right palm, left forearm will stretch up out of the waist. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure that you're not pulling your shoulders up with you. Just pull up and then melt the shoulders down. Squeeze the legs together, strong foundation. We'll start to float our left forearm over to the right as we bring our hips over to the left for half moon. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. exhale, we'll start to round the spine. It's like you're creating a little circle. And we'll come all the way up and through the left. And back to center. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, we'll fold forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, take a step back. We're gonna drop the knees, keep your spine at an incline, and we'll practice that foundational tricep strength so we can get really solid in our chaturangas. So keeping that spine at an incline, you'll hug your belly in, inward rotation of your elbows. You'll just exhale, lower yourself down, keeping your elbows tucked in tight to the body. Maybe kiss your mat. And then inhale, press the mat away from you. Exhale, use your breath control to slowly lower. Inhale, explode up. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, we'll come all the way down to our belly, nice and slow. Fingertips stay in alignment with your shoulders. You'll just stretch out your legs. Inhale, you'll press through the feet and the quads to lift your chest away from the mat. Weight is out of the hands. Exhale, look to your right. Inhale, press through center. Exhale, look to your left. Inhale, last one will stay. So keep stretching your elbows towards your hips. Hover the hands, maybe walk those back too. As you keep stretching through the crown of the head and anchoring through your pelvis and your legs. 2 more breaths. Exhale. We'll tuck our toes under, press through your palms. Inhale, yogi push-up. And we'll exhale, hips high for down dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up and back. See if you can bring your left heel all the way down to the mat, getting a big stretch in the left hamstring. Now we'll bend the right knee and then stack our right hip over our left. See if you can keep your shoulders square to the mat as you keep rotating that right hip open. We'll keep our right knee bent as we square our hip. And we'll exhale nice and slow, come to a high plank with our right knee tucked in to our armpit. We'll pendulum our right knee over to the left armpit or elbow for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, 3-legged dog, extend the leg. And exhale, we'll bring that right foot in between the hands and rise for high crescent lunge. So see if you can come to the very ball or tip of your left toes. Check in with your hips. See if you can find a slight tuck in the tailbone. Then take the arms up. One more time. Inhale, look up, stretch up. Exhale, we'll reach behind us as we extend through the crown of the head. Inhale, stay strong in the legs, just moving the upper body. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. We'll exhale, hands into prayer over the heart. Reach to the crown of the head. Maybe start to twist to your right, left elbow outside of your right knee, and use this little meeting point as leverage to twist a little bit deeper if you can. We'll take 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale to center, exhale to fold. We'll slide the right foot back and vinyasa through this time. Exhale nice and slow, chaturanga. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. As you inhale, pull the chest through the arms, maybe flip the gaze up, then exhale, downward dog. Baby steps where you can hop this time. Now that we're warmer to your hands, we'll inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll fold. Inhale to rise. And exhale, breath will melt over the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold it forward. Keep your legs together, and we'll just bend into one knee at a time, stretching the outsides of our hips here. Relax the head. You're just hanging out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You can continue practicing your chaturanga push-ups on your knees, or if you want to go for it. You'll do them from your high plank. So you'll exhale, come down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, press up. Go 3 more for 5. Last one. Press through the tops of the feet. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll yourself through your down dog. Right heel will come all the way down to the mat. And you'll inhale, reach the left leg up. It's a big stretch on the back of that right leg. Maybe inhale, squeeze your glute, lift the left leg a little bit higher. Exhale, bend the left knee, and stack that hip. See if you can keep your shoulders square as you keep rotating the left hip open. We'll keep the left knee bent. We'll just re-square our left hip. And then bring that left knee to your left elbow or armpit. Hug your belly in. Keep the neck long. And we'll pendulum for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, left leg comes high. And exhale, we'll weave that left foot in between our hands. Strong in the legs. We'll inhale to rise. We'll bring our hands to the hips to check in. See if you can kind of take your pelvis, rotate it so there's a little tuck in your tailbone. Inhale now, take your arms up. We'll exhale, reach behind us as we shoot the crown of the head forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. I'm getting used to these bangs. Exhale, hands into prayer over the heart. We'll twist to our left, right elbow, left knee. You'll just use this little point as leverage to keep twisting, and we'll be here for 3 breaths. Inhale, we'll come to center. Exhale, we'll fold, slide the left foot back. Vinyasa through. And you'll walk or step or float all the way to your hands. Inhale, you'll lengthen. Exhale, you'll fold. Inhale, you'll rise. And exhale, the breath will melt over the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Plant the hands, come back to your high plank. We'll separate the feet about hip distance. Just hover or float the right leg. We'll create little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hip. Inhale, we'll extend the right leg this time. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. We'll just weave the right leg through, spiral the left heel down, and inhale for fallen triangle. So you're sending your hips nice and high as you reach up. One more big breath here. Exhale, left palm to the mat. Inhale, 3-legged dog one more time. And exhale, we'll take the right foot in between the hands. Bring your left heel all the way down to the mat. We're going to shorten our stance and come to pyramid. So all 10 toes are going to face the very front edge of your mat. Both heels are going to be flat on the ground. We'll inhale, lengthen halfway. So finding a nice tall spine. We'll exhale, start to round the spine and fold. Think about bringing the forehead to the knee or your shin. We'll do that a few times. Inhale, you'll lengthen. Exhale, you'll round the spine and fold. Inhale. And exhale, we'll stay. Check in with your right hip. See if you can guide it back, 2 hips in one line. If you've got tight hips, your right hip is probably trying to poke out to your right side. But if you can just guide it back, you'll get a deeper stretch. One more deep breath here. We'll plant our right palm to the mat. Inhale, lengthen. We're just going to kick out of our left foot and come to standing splits. Once you have your leg up, see if you can melt down. So just like a forward fold, you're trying to bring your forehead to your knee. Eventually, maybe tucking your palms behind your right leg. Keep squeezing your left glute to get your leg a little bit higher if you can. One more breath here. And we'll bend into the left knee. Bring your left foot to meet your right at the very top of your mat. We'll sit our hips low as we open up the knees and take yogi squat variation. So if your heels are up, that's totally fine. If you have the openness in your calves, you'll probably be able to melt the heels down, open the knees a little bit wider, and just fold forward. We'll inhale, come up, press through the hands. You can ninja style it back or walk. If you have it, you can just hop back to your high plank. We'll take our feet hip distance, press through the hands, really engage through your core. Lengthen through the crown of the head. We'll lift our left leg and start to pulse, squeezing our glute for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll hold. Just inhale for 3-legged dog. Bend into your left knee and stack your hip. We'll re-square the hips, extend the left leg. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. We'll weave the left leg through. Right heel comes to the mat. As you inhale, your hips high. Open up for a fallen triangle. One more big breath. Exhale, right palm to the mat. Inhale, 3-legged dog, take it high. And exhale, left foot in between the hands. You'll shorten your stance to get all 10 toes and both heels on the mat. We'll lengthen out the spine. Check in with your left hip. See if you can bring it back, 2 hips in one line. Now we'll start to round the spine, fold, compression. Inhale, extension. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, we'll stay and breathe. Take 2 more deep breaths here. You'll inhale, lengthen, start to kick out of your right leg, and you'll bring that right leg high as you start to fold closer towards your left shin. And keep squeezing that right glute, maybe take the right leg a touch higher. Exhale, we'll bend into the right knee, bring the right foot down. Hop your legs open, toes will turn out. You'll just sit your hips nice and low for yogi squat. Press your knees towards the edges of your feet so you bring your spine nice and tall. If it feels good, maybe find a little bit of a waddle here, keeping your movement dynamic. Also option to twist if your shoulders are open enough. You can create a diagonal line and just open up. Or if you have it, you can bind. If you're opening up towards your left, You'll wrap your right arm underneath your right knee and then reach behind you and see if you can bind your hands. If you're choosing to twist or bind, weight still is in your heels. Easier said than done. If you're twisting, you'll inhale to slowly unwind. Maybe reach up, grab a breath in center. And then exhale, you'll open up opposite side. Maybe just stay in your diagonal line, working on opening up the knees wider. Or if you have it, you'll bind. And stay here for 3 breaths. Inhale, you'll slowly unwind to center. And we'll just balance on our tailbone and find a low boat pose. You'll stretch through the tops of the feet, really pointing through your toes. And open up the palms. Find your core, find the length in your spine and breathe. On your next inhale, we'll extend our legs. And then exhale, squeeze the knees into center. That's 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That's 3. We'll do 7 more for 10. Halfway through for 5. Last one. Exhale, squeeze. And we'll come back to our butterfly. This time, we'll bring our hands behind us, send our hips up. We'll just scooch our hips towards our heels. So hips are hovering. You're opening up your knees, creating a line side to side. Squeeze your feet, squeeze your elbows, broadening out the chest, and then float your gaze up. Exhale, we'll bring our hips down. We'll extend the legs. We're gonna come into reverse plank. If you prefer reverse tabletop, you're more than welcome to choose that, because reverse plank can be kind of intense. So, reverse tabletop looks like this. Hips come high. You're engaging through your feet, sending the hips up and squeezing the shoulder blades together, floating the gaze up. Reverse plank is extending the legs, squeezing the triceps together. Maybe your feet come all the way down to the mat, hips high as you breathe. Two more breaths wherever you are. Exhale, you'll just slide your hips in between your hands. We'll take our left foot to our right thigh. So coming into a grounded tree. Kick through your right heel. You want that strong engagement in your legs. We'll inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, fold. exhale, bring your shoulders onto the back. We'll switch. Left leg will extend. Right ankle crosses over left thigh. Again, you want that engagement in your legs. Inhale, you'll take the arms up. Exhale, you'll fold. Inhale, you'll slowly roll up. Exhale, shoulders come onto the back. We'll extend both legs and take a full expression of a forward fold. So get nice and even on your sits bones. Maybe pull the flesh out from under you so you're nice and level. We'll find that engagement in our legs, kicking through our heels always. Inhale, reach up, tall spine all the way through. As you reach forward, and then allow the head to relax. See how long you can keep your spine instead of rounding. Inhale to rise. Exhale, shoulders roll onto your back. We'll come all the way lying on the back, supine. Whee. You'll ground the left foot. We'll cross our right leg completely over our left. Really squeeze your thighs together. And if you have eagle legs on the back, you'll just wrap your right foot behind that left calf into Da. We'll bring our hands behind the head. Keep your elbows out nice and wide. When you're ready, you'll float your shoulder blades away from the mat. Keep your gaze up to keep any tension out of the neck. We'll exhale, bring our knees to chest, squeeze. And inhale, you'll just touch your toes down. Shoulder blades stay away from the mat. Exhale, that's 2. We'll do 8 more. That's 4, 5, 8, 9, and 10. Last one. We'll hold and squeeze. Keep lifting your knees to the chest. And keep reaching your shoulder blades up away from the mat. Exhale. Keep your legs where they are. We'll just bring our knees all the way over to the left. As we extend our right arm, gaze will float over your right shoulder. You'll be here for 4 breaths. In and out of the belly. Inhale, knees float to center. You'll uncross the legs. Right sole will find the mat. You'll completely cross the left leg over the right. Squeeze the insides of the thighs together. Maybe wrap your left foot behind that right calf. And we'll do 10 more eagle crunches to end. So find your butterfly wings. We'll keep our elbows out nice and wide. Inhale, float your shoulder blades away from the mat. On your exhale, knees to chest. Here's 5, 6, 7, last one for 10. Keep squeezing and lifting and breathing. Exhale. Melt everything down. Knees will come all the way over to the right. And your left arm will extend. We'll take 4 deep breaths here, in and out of that belly. Inhale, you'll twist back to center. Uncross the legs. Take the knees as wide as the shoulders. Kick your heels up. If you want to take a full happy baby, you're more than welcome to do so. Or if it just feels good, to take the knees out wide and kind of do a modified happy baby. Three more breaths wherever you're at. We'll squeeze ourselves to center, knees to chest. Bring the forehead to the knees. Wrap yourself into a little ball. Give yourself some love. We'll inhale, squeeze really tight. See if you can hold your breath for a count of 5.